Hey guys, Lisa here, bringing another 1v1 today on the map Clash Ravine. This is game 3 of Darkness versus Rodrigo, and this is Darkness's last life, so he really needs to pull a clutch in this game in order to still stay in this tournament, and Rodrigo only needs to win one more game against Darkness, but regardless, Rodrigo is spawning as the Teal Protoss in the bottom left position, and Darkness is the Red Zerg in the bottom right position. Now, Darkness, the loser of last game, had to pick another map, and he's opted for Kulas Ravine again, so maybe Darkness has practiced some matchups and build orders on Kulas Ravine, and so he is still favoring this map even though he lost the previous game. And I've seen TLO use speedlings to great effect on Kulas Ravine just because of the difficulty to actually prevent Zerglings from streaming into your natural and then streaming into your main. And once these rocks are down, it is just extremely impossible to cover all these strokes without walling off with cannons or units against Zerglings. So right now, looks like Rodrigo is actually opting for a 9 pool. So, or Darkness, sorry, Darkness opting for a 9 pool, and Rodrigo doing the exact same build with the forward gateway. So, looks like Rodrigo should be able to defend this off fairly well, as both players did do a Rodrigo or Darkness, sorry, did a 9 pool, and Rodrigo did a 10 gateway. So there should be no problem in Rodrigo actually holding off any early Zergling aggression. And although you can kill you can kill a Zealot with 6 Zerglings and not lose any Zealots in the process, those Zerglings will not be able to do much once Rodrigo's second Zealot is produced. Right now, looks like, yep, 3 Zerglings produced instantly by Darkness, and Darkness hasn't even scouted out Rodrigo's position yet. So very interesting choice of going for that early pull before even scouting out any positions. Looks like Darkness finally does scout out positions, but he is in trouble. He does see Rodrigo's chrono boosted Zealot, so looks like Rodrigo should be able to hold on to this initial Zergling aggression, no problem, so long as these Zerglings do not surround Rodrigo's first Zealot. And Rodrigo's actually chrono boosting a second Zealot, so that Zealot should be able to be out fairly quickly, and that Zealot can actually defend against these Zerglings at his natural, while that other Zealot can defend his main right now. It looks like Rodrigo is actually attacking this pylon. So Darkness are attacking this pylon. Darkness does bring down the pylon, but he will definitely not be able to take on 2 Zealots with 6 Zerglings and 1 drone. So looks like Darkness going to be dancing around with that with those Zerglings and 1 drone. Probably going to try to sneak into Rodrigo's main, going to do some damage, but a 3rd Zealot does come down, so there's no chance for Darkness to actually do any significant amounts of damage. And if we look carefully, Darkness actually ran his Zerglings back a little bit to attack those Zealots, and that is a huge mistake, as Zealots regen their shield extremely quickly, and they do extremely large amounts of damage. That is actually the ideal situation for Zealots to be. Darkness doing a little bit of micro, taking down that Zealot without any losses, but then once those Zealots, once the Zerglings actually did take down that Zealot, a little bit of miss micro there. And if we look at income right now, Darkness is at 9 Harvesters versus Rodrigo's 18 Harvesters. So Rodrigo has a huge Harvester advantage, and he has a huge army advantage right now. So Darkness in a huge deficit. He is going to be needing to pull some extremely good micro against Rodrigo in order to win this game. Looks like Darkness is going to be opting for another hidden expansion right now. And Rodrigo does scout the amount of Zerglings Darkness has, but if we look at the number of Zealots Rodrigo has, it is really he actually does have the army advantage against these number of Zerglings, and once these Zealots do get up to a critical mass, it is extremely difficult for Zerglings to actually kill those Zealots. And looks like Rodrigo opting to put down a little bit of a building choke point, so great play by Rodrigo. He is going to be able to defend against these Zerglings, no problem. And Darkness is a little bit confused what to do right now. Darkness trying to go for that pylon, but that pylon has just too much health, and I'm not really sure what Darkness can do at this point. Darkness putting down a few more. He's going for the economy right now, so he's going to be putting down a few more drones. It looks like Darkness is going to be trying to break the destructible rocks from the back of Rodrigo's base, but that is going to take an extremely long time for those destructible rocks to go down. Meanwhile, Rodrigo does have the superior economy and going to be putting down 2 cannons at his expo right now. So that cannon is actually directly in front of that mineral field, so not sure if that is the best cannon position right now. But Rodrigo is a rank 1 diamond player, so what do I know? And Darkness actually is still working on the back of his base. He actually has the gold expo once again. So if this game does drag on long enough, sorry, Rodrigo or Darkness will have the income advantage, and Darkness is actually catching up on the mineral count, or on the harvester count, to Rodrigo. But Rodrigo is actually moving out with his superior, actually vastly superior, his zealot army. And right now, Rodrigo or Darkness really does not have anything to do to defend against this. He has a single Spinecrawler being made right now and 2 Zerglings to defend against. Wow, eight Zealots is going to be a huge slaughterfest right now. So Darkness really needs to get his Zerglings back into his own base, and it looks like Rodrigo's deciding to engage without the majority of Darkness's army right now. It looks like Rodrigo will be able to take down this Spinecrawler, no problem. Spinecrawlers are extremely weak when they're being built, and wow, Darkness is sending in his drones right now. He is extremely desperate. There is oh my god, actually Rodrigo actually has terrific positioning on these Zealots right now, and Rodrigo really should be just going for the spawning pool if Darkness is going to be dancing around his units the entire time. But Rodrigo has a huge advantage right now. He should just be streaming Zealots to his base, as Darkness isn't even mining right now, and that Spinecrawler does actually go down, or go up, sorry. And Rodrigo is actually running his Zealots away from the Spinecrawler, so great positioning on those Zealots, and I think he should just be dancing his Zealots away from the Spinecrawler, slowly whittling down that spawning pool. But Rodrigo does decide to move back a little bit, and I think Rodrigo would have been able to take out this 5 Zergling army with 4 Zealots, and 5 Zerglings and 1 Queen with those 4 Zealots, no problem. But I think Darkness was just planning to dance his guys back and forth around the Spinecrawler. And right now, actually, what we can see from this battle is that Darkness actually overcompensated for the amount of Zerglings he needs, and there is no way Darkness is going to be able to break Rodrigo's natural, and he is actually really low on the harvesters right now. So 21, 234, 32. So a good benefit of aggressing onto a Zerg player like that is just going to force a Zerg player to produce Zerglings or military units instead of drones. And so it really does make the Zerg player overcompensate. And right now, Rodrigo has a firm advantage in his natural right now. He has there is really no way for the Zerglings to break this, especially with those 2 cannons. Great positioning on those cannons. I would have liked to see this cannon maybe on the back of his base instead of right directly in front of the mineral patch, as this probe is really just taking a huge long way to get those minerals. But anyway, Darkness having broken the back of Rodrigo's third, it looks like he is going to be moving in on Rodrigo's main right now, but it's still going to take a really long time for those Zerglings to break those destructible rocks. Sorry. It looks like Zerglings do 2 damage to those destructible rocks, so it takes 1,000 hits for Zerglings to actually break down any destructible rocks right now. And Darkness doing keeping good track of his income, going to be producing more drones. He is actually heavily behind on the drone count right now, and it does look like he is lair tagging. But the only military units Darkness has on the map right now are these few Zerglings, and his army is vastly inferior to Rodrigo's army. Those sentries and those Zealots are going to be able to make great work of those Zerglings. And Rodrigo right now putting down the oh wow, what is this? Darkness actually just forfeited. He said he didn't have time. So I guess Rodrigo takes the 16-player Armory Shootout tournament hosted by Unstable as the victor. If this game would have continued, though, I would have been led to believe that Rodrigo would have scouted out all the naturals, and his army is just much more superior to Darkness's pure Zergling army, and he had the harvester count, so a bit unsatisfying for the final game. But life happens, and I'm sure Darkness had something important to do. So my name is Elisa with 8 E's, and I'll see you guys later.